like, it's so weird. You've never seen natural black hair.
No, it's just.
So it grows like this.
Oh no.
And I noticed that as you kept reading, it just added more and more hairstyles that were natural and mostly worn by black people.
Did it feel personal to you?
It felt very personal to me because I've worn those.
Other news, outrage is building in New Jersey after a high school wrestler was forced to cut his dreadlocks or forfeit his match. You could hear the crowd booing as an athletic trainer sheared off Andrew Johnson's dreads, but he still won his match.
To be in an afro, we don't want this on you, we don't want that on you, don't speak this language. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Because it's my hair.
I heard over and over and over again from mostly black women the very real discrimination and how they are made to feel inferior.
Council.
Hi guys, it's Amber and I'm back with another video. Today I will be doing something different. I have my best friend Sydney and my boyfriend Daryl, and we will be doing like a story time / mukbang. I'll be telling a story about a situation that happened at my school related to my hair, and then we will just kind of talk about it and get a couple of different perspectives on the topic. Daryl has heard the story before, but Sydney has not. And so we will get her honest reaction. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into the story. I have my notes so that I won't ramble. Both of them already know this part, but a little background for people that don't. I am a student at Goshen College, which is a small liberal arts school in Indiana, and I'm studying ASL, American Sign Language Interpreting, and Spanish, and and I'm in my third year. The school has a very small black population, and the program that I'm in has an even smaller number. Probably about 3, there's like 3 of us total, but I'll say like 3 to 5 just in case I'm like missing a few. But anyway, this specific situation happened mid-September, which is when we actually start like practice interpreting. And before I forget, I don't want this to turn into like bashing the professor that this happened with, especially you two, because I know how both of you guys are. Everyone handles situations differently, and so the purpose of this is like not to talk bad about the teacher, but to like discuss the situation in general. Yes. Because it's a very relevant topic, and it's important, especially since it's still like affecting people today. So since my first year, professors have like told us that as interpreters we have to look a certain way because we don't want to like be distracting to our clients, which is why you'll see like a lot of interpreters on TV always wearing black. And so they tell us to wear clothes that contrast our skin and to have like our hair pulled back, and like for men to have little to no facial hair. And so in my class there's me and one other black girl. She's actually half Puerto Rican, but because her skin is like darker, she's labeled as just black. But since the beginning of our like time in the program, whenever we talk about how we should look, both of us always ask like, are we okay to wear black clothes? Is our hair okay? Even though it's not straight, like, is it okay being big and stuff like that? And they always just say, yes, it's fine, until this year. And so like this year they told us we could wear more pastel colors instead of wearing just black, which contradicted what they told us in the years before. But anyways, the other black student, she wasn't there the day that this happened, so it was just me. And the professor was telling us how like our hair needs to be a natural color and very neat and put together, and that we had to start coming to class that way in order to practice. And so then she looked at me and said, we'll talk about your hair later, or like something like that.
I'm sorry.
And then we just started doing partner work, and then she came over to me and said, I know you can't change your hair right now. And like, this is when I had my Senegalese twist. She said, I know you can't change your hair. Yeah. Which when I did my videos, my hair would literally be pulled back, like tied back. You know how I would do the little tie back?
And it'd be nice and neat.
Yeah, but anyway.
Ooh.
She said, I guess that could be a natural color, so I won't take points off your grade, but just keep that in mind. And so I just responded with, okay. And then I just continued doing work with my partner, who's also one of my favorite people in the class. But yeah, I low-key felt uncomfortable and like thought that she should have done that outside of class or something, but I didn't think much of it.
She did it for everybody, like,
yeah, that was in front of the whole class. But yeah, I didn't really think much of it. But then later that day, I ran into one of the students who is white, and she was like so upset about it. Like, she told me that the prof was super inappropriate, that like what she said wasn't even valid because the student knows a lot of deaf people, and they wouldn't have like an issue with my hair. And like, she went on saying, just know I'll defend you if she tries to tell you to change your hair or like takes points, like stuff like that. And so when she was saying that stuff to me, then that made me feel like maybe I should have like been more upset, or it just made me like think about the situation differently. And so that same week, I decided to like talk about what happened in BSU, Black Student Union, to hear what people had to say that looked like me. And so they were also like upset, and the leader said if I wanted, we could set up a meeting with her and the professor. So on one hand, it felt nice to have like all this support from people, but on the other hand, I felt like why is everyone so much more upset about this than me? And so then I realized I took her comment as, yes, that was like bad timing, but she's worked in this field for like such a long time. She's just trying to help. But I also realized that like what she said, it did affect me more than I thought, because like after she said that, I thought like, wow, I'm not going to be able to be an interpreter or like work in the specific field I want. So like it did have an effect, just not like immediate anger, if that makes sense. Like it was more just like worry, because we all know that in the Black community, hair is more than just like personal style. It's like a part of us and our identity. And so when this happened, I knew I wasn't about to change my hair, so I immediately just had like a focus on how would I make it in this career with natural hair. And so there's obviously not enough Black representation in this field, especially in Indiana. But after this happened and I talked about it with like a few people, then I decided not to take any further steps, like in terms of discussing the situation with the teacher one-on-one or anything like that. And so nothing has happened since then, but I also have another year or so in the program. So there's a possibility something could happen again with me or with another student that looks like me in the future. And yeah, that is the end of the story. So I want to hear like you guys' initial reactions, especially yours, Sydney. Well, yours too, but because you probably don't remember to have that details from the story.
No, I do.
Okay, well, I want to hear you guys like your initial reaction, what you think, and like what you think you would have done. So yeah, I want to hear you guys' opinions.
Okay, so initially when she told it to me, I was like, what? Why you ain't say something right then and there? Because I kind of like took offense, like, you always just letting things like go by. You never like take it serious. You just like brush it off. Like you take it serious, but like you take it as a like as like you don't take it to.
I looked at it from her point of view.
Yeah, and you don't like you just brush it off. Me, I would have like approached the professor and be like, well, you know, try to start an argument against it. I would have been sending emails like this professor said this and that. I would have tried to get her in trouble and everything. So.
Wait.
Cut.
Hello, losers.
We're doing my video about we're doing the video about my hair situation. Now we're talking about their reactions.
Yeah, my reaction to
Amber's story about what the professor said to her. I love it when theory finds itself in real life because it helps us to deal with it better because we have a real life example. I think part of my takeaway was, of course, as a parent, how dare she say anything like that to my child? So that was my reaction as a parent. I think my reaction also as a parent was, I've raised a child who is even keeled, who doesn't wear her emotions on her sleeve, who don't pop off at every little thing, right? But also, okay, have I made her too even keeled that she doesn't recognize when she's being insulted? So, but it also made me proud that in a way this experience helps her to further discover and embrace her Blackness. Which has been very interesting for me as a parent to watch. So anyway, one of the things that I said to Amber was that instructor doesn't know what to do with her. We talk about we as Black women being, the Black girl magic, and we're unicorns and all of that, and that's all fine and great, but we have power, right? You can have your magic. I got power, right? And we are not mythical creatures. We are people, and we deserve respect. And so I want my child to be respected, not just by her teachers, but in the field, because she brings something to the field that the field needs, and people are not be distracted by her hair, her baby hairs, or her twists, or whatever she brings to the table. So anyway, I'm just glad that she has this opportunity to share it with all of you.
Well, thank you, Mother.
Period. Turn the camera on. So, my reaction, I'm a little dramatic. So, just a little bit.
A lot of it.
So when she, my reaction to it, I was like, I'm just like Amber, I'm passive at the moment. Like when it first happened, I'm not gonna like react to it how I want to react to it. But I will talk to the professor one-on-one, explain this, because maybe she thought that what she said wasn't
that's why
bad.
I said, like, it could potentially happen with future students.
So you could have had a meeting with her and let her know, like, that's not what you say to a Black woman. About their hair. Let her know, like, that's stuff that you do not discuss to people, and let alone you do not discuss it in front of everybody. That's a one-on-one that's a one-on-one conversation that you have with the individual by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you should have had that sit down and talk with her, because maybe she just oblivious to the whole thing. That's what I think you should have did. Because if somebody came to me by my head, I would have said, "Do you wake up in the morning and do my hair?" Okay then. So it's not gonna get changed. Period. Alright, I would have been like, "Ma'am, who are you talking to?" First of all, I would have been like, "She's talking to."
She would have had problems for the next 2 years.
Huh?
In the program. Still would have tried to set up a meeting.
And be professional about it.
Approach her and be like, "Hey, you kind of embarrassed me," or not necessarily embarrass me. Like, I know you're not used to having Black students, but you have to also realize that I'm a human. And even though I may have this type of hairstyle, I can still show professionalism with the hairstyle, with the way I look. And in the generation of today, you just have to adjust to it. So.
Yes, it's very true.
So what would be distracting in terms of hair? If you have bright colored hair, then that's distracting. If you have
green,
super long nails, that's distracting. If you have your hair in your face and you keep moving it, that's distracting. But even when I have my hair big, if I'm doing something related to interpreting, I literally pin it back.
That was professional.
Yeah, I keep it pinned back. It's not like I'm messing with my hair, doing stuff with it. But
if she say something else to you, call me. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me call my best friend.
Can we talk about in general,
Okay, so the school that I go to.
Where do you go to school?
Hello, my name is Sydney. I'm a health science major.
Okay.
Concentration physical sciences. I go to the illustrious Tennessee State University.
I'm
I am a
out.
junior. Hailing all the way from St. Louis. I'm just playing. Stop. But no,
Wait, Daryl, where do you go to school? Where are you attending?
Hey, I'm Daryl.
Mike.
I am Mike.
So I go to University of Missouri, Kansas City, UMKC. And I am a first-year pharmacy student, so I'm a part of the pharmacy program, and I have 3 more years to go, sadly.
It's okay.
I have 3 more years to go. Hallelujah. Amen. Praise God.
There you go.
Making that money.
Yes, Lord. Coming out. Bang!
But at my school, Tennessee State University, we don't have these problems. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is in touch with their natural roots. Let me stop playing.
Well, because I do know that, like, in some, like, have you guys seen those posts where, like, in some states it's illegal to discriminate against people, like, black people for their natural hair? So, like, well, not just dudes, but, like, a lot of time I think I see stories with guys who have dreads, and then now it's, like, illegal for them to get discriminated against. Or, like, in schools, I've seen posts with, like, kids. That one picture, that girl, they said she couldn't take her school pictures because she had like leave-in, but then she took some cute pictures after that. But I don't know, stuff like that. Like, even though in places it's becoming illegal, people are still gonna find ways to discriminate against black people, black women because of the hair, black men. Yeah, if you was in the class, she would probably tell you that you would have to cut that off. Like,
cut what off?
That.
I ain't cutting.
Daryl, come on now.
I ain't cutting nothing.
This is a God legend.
I like professionalism is in any career field.
Well, that's the thing. Like the video that we watched with professionalism, even like it had like cartoon people, but they were white people. Like the standards for professionalism is based off of.
Then with your hair slicked back. Now what if my hair too ski? How am my hair gonna be slicked back?
How am I slick this back?
Like, right, if she got braids, how she gonna slick that back? If it's or if it's me, if your hair
if
is
I try,
me, like
now I do this a lot. But that's just because I be thinking I'm cute. Like, I be like, you know, I go like this. But ain't nothing getting tucked behind these ears.
Your video?
Yeah, I mean, but nothing getting tucked. I don't know why I do that. but still, like, you supposed to get it's supposed to be tucked behind your ears. My hair don't tuck behind my ears.
Right. Now what if my hair ski? Like, what if it come like, what if it's like a mushroom? You know, a little bob right there. How much tuck that? It's gonna be.
I didn't say be less distracting though. But all right.
You are not your hair, and your hair does not define you.
Always remember your worth, because we have a lot of people, go to college and they're pursuing different professions that a lot of black people aren't usually in. So a lot of people aren't used to having us in these type of fields. So just remember that you can make things different. Like, you're setting the pace and you're like creating the future. So
you could be a stepping stone to something amazing.
Yeah.
You know, her mama just said how powerful you are. You don't know, black women, girl, it's a whole quote. Let me read something out.
All right.
Let me find it.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna end this with a quote from Sid.
Boy.
So she couldn't find the exact quote that she wanted to read, but she still found one. So we're gonna end with Sid's quote that states,
"She was powerful not because she wasn't scared, but because she went on so strongly despite the fear."
All right, we're going to end it there. If you guys have any opinions on this topic, please comment below. Like I said in the beginning, this is an important conversation to have, and it's still something that is happening today. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks to these two for participating, and to my mother as well for adding in her 2 cents. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hey guys, it's Amber, and I am with my 2 best friends. Chinese food like St. Louis. Nobody got Chinese food like St. Louis. And that's it. Okay. You can get us all some.
Why do you add that? It's right there. It's right there. Wanna build a snowman.
You eating all her chicken. Give me a piece.
That's my second. I ain't had emos.
Can't get mine open.
Me neither. It's like that I want to see. Damn. You want some of these?
Okay. And I can't figure out the time to like eat and then talk. Like, do I
Eat.
look a certain way?
I'm sorry. I should
When you
No,
have
it's
the
okay.
single ladies twist.
Yeah. And she said, I can't.
Professor.
Oh, professor. Y'all didn't say prof?
Girl, you go to white school.
The teacher.
The professor. Doctor. Y'all be calling y'all professors by the first name. Come here, Kelly.
We don't say come here, no Kelly. What is going
Go ahead.
Those baby hairs.
on? Oh,
Let's see if that puff.
okay.
And Daryl those away.
Okay.
This is a nice hair situation.
I need a brush.
What about okay with the curl?
Your reaction to it, because like, say like you would have popped off or
Oh no.
this is total of a 6-year. It's a 6-year program, and I am in my 3rd year. So 3 more to go. Oh, y'all funky.
Oh my girl.
I stink to me. Oh my god.
Don't blow it my way. I'm fan that way.
Oh my god. It's getting worse. Sydney, do you stop? Daryl, come back, okay?
No.
Oh, that's funky.
Oh, sorry. That's just
But she makes me cut it, so basically
I don't make you do nothing.
Yes, you do. It was like
I
right
just
here.
say because it be scraggly.
And then she said,
It's too long.
It be scraggly. And I just suggest that trim it down some, clean it up.
it was like right here. I said, ooh, you gotta start using this word. You gotta start saying ouch.
This hit with that. Ooh.
Ooh, ouch.
Ooh. Ooh. Release that.
That's okay as long as your hair is tight. Ouch. Don't even get it out. Ouch. Look, stop right there. Ouch. Just hit it with ouch.
Okay. What?
I've been looking like this the whole time.
Cut it up, please.
Again. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.